Hi friend, it's Jill Jackson. I want to talk to you a little bit about how what you do during the school day is really all that matters. Now, I know if you're anything like me, that you are a bleeding heart toward the kids that you teach. You just love them. You love their foibles most of the time. You love what they bring to the table. You just agonize over whether their parents are going through a divorce, if a parent is in jail or estranged, or if they live in a rough circumstance in a tough neighborhood, or there are 10 family members living in a one-bedroom apartment. Those things just break your heart. They break my heart. I can still think of certain kids I taught in my first couple of years of teaching where I think, oh, I just want to adopt them. I want them to be my own, and I want to take them and give them a safe, secure environment, as if I could simultaneously adopt 32 kids, but you get the idea. Certainly one of the reasons why we go into teaching is because we want to help. We're helpers. We're natural helpers. We cannot help it, but we want to help. We want to rescue. We want to make things right for our kids. But I have learned a lesson a hard way myself, but also watching many, many teachers do one thing that I want you to stop doing, and I'm going to tell you what I want you to replace it with. We can get so caught up in our kids' story that we forget the power that we have to just simply teach during the school day. For me, that meant I would really try to over-nurture kids, although I don't think there's such a thing, but I would try to nurture them to the point that I would sometimes get caught up in the story of what was going on with them and forget that my main job that day was to teach them. I see other teachers spending so much time or more time thinking about the what ifs. What if the parent was more stable? What if the parent could read to their child? What if the parent could help them finish their homework? What if the parent could create a safe place for them to go to bed on time, or whatever? All of these what ifs would get in the way of teachers really focusing on the one thing that they had control over, and that is the power that they have during the school bell in the morning to the school bell in the afternoon to teach as best they can. So what I want you to do is I want you to fully embrace the fact that you are a helper. You are somebody who loves to stand in the gap for kids when they have what they need and what they don't have what they need. But what I want you to do is I want you to make sure that you're balancing that, the helpful nature that you have and the desire that you have to really help kids, the whole child, not just the teaching part. But I want you to think about how crucial it is for you to set the kids up for what will happen next. And so I'm going to ask you to replace some of maybe your over-nurturing or some of your overthinking about the what-ifs, if you have a penchant for that like I do. And I want you to replace it with this idea that my job, your job, is to teach as best as you can during this school day, whether you have kids for 30 minutes, whether you have them for an hour period, or whether you have them all day long. Your job is to teach as best you can so that you are giving them the leg up that they need for the next school year, and even for the next school day. And that is the only thing that you have 100% control over. And that is the quality of the teaching that you provide. So how might this look in reality? For me, that meant that I was constantly focusing equal or more time on how can I be a more efficient instructor? How can I teach my kids more efficiently? Clear the stage for them. Make things just totally clear and unable to be mucked up by other stuff. That was a way that I could love my kids. Clean up the instruction, increase the odds they get the stuff, right? Another thing could be to start to shift some of the conversations that you have with your colleagues. Less about the what ifs or poor kids or, oh my gosh, this is such a tough neighborhood or whatever. More toward how can we better serve our kids? And more importantly, and more in a focused conversation, how can we better teach our kids? See, I find that my greatest contribution, and I know that your greatest contribution, is when you teach kids well. And that, my friends, is a source of love. That is how we show kids how much we care about them, that we pour all that we have instructionally on them and to them and with them and around them. That is a way for them to escape their life that they go home to, if it's a troubled one or a struggle one when they go home, and to immerse themselves into something that has nothing to do with what is outside of the school hours, but what is going on in that class. And if we can increase the odds that they get the content through improving our own practice, that's love. So go out and try it and respond back. Let me know what you think. What did you try and what happened? Have a good day, guys.